Look at this tiny grain of sand on my fingertip. It seems so small, so ordinary, but let's pretend that this grain is our entire galaxy, the Milky Way. Inside that one speck are over 100 billion stars, 100 billion suns, each shining in silence, some with planets like ours, some with worlds we can't even imagine yet, and somewhere in there circling one modest star is us. Now imagine holding this grain in the palm of your hand. Everything you've ever known, everyone you've ever heard of, all in history itself, it all fits in that one speck. Every war, every peace, every book ever written, every laugh, every tear, all of it in one grain of sand. When you think of it that way, it makes you feel impossibly small, but also incredibly lucky at the same time. Let's make it even smaller. Let's imagine Earth itself as a grain of sand. Now stretch it across the inner solar system, from the Sun through to Venus past our own orbit, and all the way to Mars. At that scale, Earth is now one tiny speck, drifting in a vast, empty gulf of space. Everything, our oceans, our mountains, every city, every person you've ever known, is all contained in one speck surrounded by silence. That is the scale of our solar system, and yet in comparison to our galaxy, it's almost nothing. But the Milky Way alone is not unique, it's far from it. Every grain of sand you see poured from this hand could be another galaxy, each one holding billions of stars, each one its own vast universe of light. Picture a stream of sand pouring to the ground. Every speck is a galaxy, millions upon millions falling like a glitching river. Imagine a beach beneath your feet. Every grain another galaxy. The number goes beyond what the human mind can truly hold. And yet, this is the real universe we live in. Now let's give this scale a home. Picture a single tennis court, flat, empty and quiet. Begin pouring sand onto it, grain by grain until the court is completely covered. Every single grain you see here is another galaxy. When the court is filled, you're looking at around 4 billion galaxies. 4 billion. And the Milky Way is just one grain on that court. One speck, no different than the rest. But the 4 billion galaxies is still not enough to cover the observable universe, which is much larger. To fit them all, you would need not one tennis court, not 10, not 100, but at least 5,000 tennis courts, each one completely covered in sand. Every grain is another galaxy, and every galaxy has billions of stars. In total, around 2 trillion galaxies. 2 trillion. Try to imagine standing in the middle of those 5,000 tennis courts, and everywhere you look, galaxies upon galaxies, stretching beyond the horizon. And our Milky Way, still just one grain in an endless desert of stars. Now let's zoom out even further. Galaxies don't just float randomly in space. They gather together, pulled by the invisible hand of gravity. When you step back far enough, you will see the cosmic web. It looks like threads of growing light stretching across the darkness. Galaxies clustered at the intersections, vast filaments connecting everything. And between these threads, voids so huge that entire clusters of galaxies could vanish inside them. Empty regions of space so large they make deserts on Earth look crowded. That is the true structure of the universe. It's not scattered, but it's woven. Everything we've seen, our Milky Way, the sand, the quartz, the web of galaxies, all of it exists inside what we call the observable universe. That's the part of the cosmos light has had time to reach us from. 13.8 billion years of light travelling across space to paint us a picture of the universe as it was long ago. That's our horizon, the farthest we've ever seen. But here's the wonder. The universe does not stop there. It continues. Science has proven this. Beyond the horizon, beyond what light is delivered to us yet, an ocean of stars we cannot see, but which still exists. So let's return to where we began. A single grain of sand, so small, so ordinary. That one grain is our Milky Way, among billions of others, among trillions of galaxies in the observable universe. From fingertip to tennis court, from tennis court to thousands more, from the smallest speck to the grandest scales we can possibly imagine. This is the universe we live in, immense, infinite, and I would say beautiful. And somehow, in all of that vastness, we are here, able to see it, able to wonder it, and we're able to be amazed.